What's going on YouTube? 008 here. I'm here, my sister's Kemi and special guest Dara.
That joke is old.
It's not old, it just started. What are you talking about? Don't try and make it old. It's not old yet. Anyway, we're about to talk about Avengers Infinity War. Spoilers, review / discussion. And we got a lot to talk about. Where do we begin?
Well, storyline first of all. We can talk about, well, let's talk about the opening scene.
Yeah, let's talk about how the film played out. Basically, let's talk about in order of how the film happened. Opening scene: Thor's ship is wrecked. Thanos,
Asgardians dead.
all the Asgardians are dead. He wiped them all out. I didn't think Marvel had the balls to do it.
I didn't think they were gonna do that.
Marvel fucking did it.
You did that in your story, and I was like,
I did it in my fanfiction story.
They won't do that. That's too much.
And they did it.
They spent a whole film trying to save the Asgardians, but they're dead.
They really did open it with a bang.
They opened it with a big bang.
Drew me in straight away.
Loki, dead. They killed Loki off. Thanos kills Loki in the most violent, gruesome way. She strangles him.
I
was like, Russo brothers ain't fucking about. It's just like sick, man. Oh, Heimdall's dead. All the Asgardians dead. I don't know what happened to Valkyrie though. We didn't see Valkyrie.
Who's Valkyrie?
I know, right?
What is it?
Valkyrie's Tessa Thompson. Here we go. You know.
Who cares about her? Why bring her into? Who's that? I don't care about her.
Oh, the last time
she was with Thor and Hulk and them lot.
She probably slept and
we don't know what happened to Korg. Korg is probably dead. Maybe watch. I guarantee Korg and Valkyrie have run off somewhere.
Oh yeah, of course. You see them.
Korg and Valkyrie have run off somewhere.
Probably comes Korg. Is that the Rock?
The Rock, yeah.
And he's Korg.
It's like, piss off, Ghost.
Anyway, so that happens.
Yeah, all those guys. Loki's dead. And one of the best moments ever, when they shows you what Thanos can do by putting him up against Hulk. And he made Hulk look like a bitch. He was just like bobbing and weaving.
That's always
You forget, Hulk's strong and stuff, but Thanos was showing some like
Hulk's the strongest there is. Hulk is the strongest there is. Doesn't matter how
had like combat moves going on. Like he was doing some like combos and like.
But that's not why he won. Well, that is why he won. But he won because he's stronger than the Hulk. But he also has the intelligence of how to fight. Hulk was just fighting with anger, while Thanos was coming with like bobbing and weaving. It was crazy shit. And I was like, "Oh my days!" I shouted in the cinema. I couldn't help it.
It was really good.
It was insane, and it just kind of set the tone of how strong this guy is. He just messed up Hulk without even trying that hard at all, with only the Power Stone I believe he had, but I don't think he was using it, because they've made it quite clear that when Thanos uses a stone in this, unlike the comics, it glows and he's actually, you see it glowing and he's using it, like they make it very visual, but he wasn't really using it in this fight, so that must be his genuine strength, which I have to talk about later, about power levels when we go later into the film. But that opening scene was just epic, beautiful, very serious. Even before that opening scene started, what was the music like? It was like really dark and somber, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
They can't remember. Do you remember?
It was dark. He had the introduction to the film, the Avengers Marvel thing.
Yeah, that was it. The Marvel.
Had no music, but it slowly went into.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, when it first started.
Yeah, when the Marvel logo, when the Marvel logo comes up, you see all the characters all coming in and everything.
Usually it's kind of.
Usually it's quite bright. It's upbeat. Music's always playing, but it was like. It's like really dark.
Shit's going down.
Yeah, shit's going down. When I heard that, I was like, Russo brothers are not fucking around, because they're making it like they made it seem so dark and somber and horrible.
And the words you hear throughout the whole of the trailers that's getting you hyped, like you just hear it all in that one sentence, one scene.
Yeah, all the stuff that Thanos is saying, like dread it, run from it. What else does he say again?
Like destiny has arrived. And
what does he say again? There was one line that he said in particular. It was like, "I know what it's like to lose" or something.
And to know desperately that you're wrong.
And to feel like desperately that you're right.
Desperately that you're right.
Yeah, and he says all of that in that one scene. That's it. Trailer done. So now you have to like find out what actually happens. The trailer just lies about everything. literally did lie a lot, actually. We'll get into that. The trailer lied about a lot. So Loki's dead, Thor's going mad.
He used the Power Stone to destroy the ship, and now all the Asgardians just floating.
So I guess he thought all this guys just floating in space, just dead, just crazy. Then so we see the whole scene with like, you know, Doctor Strange and Tony Stark, and we're introduced, and then Hulk gets thrown into the Sanctum Sanctorium, but we all thought Thanos was going to send him there. Even though I wrote in my fan fiction, Thanos was going to send him there, but it was actually Heimdall with, like, I guess the last power he had. I don't know how he did that. Did he use the sword?
He said something about the dark.
His dark. The last mighty sign.
Yeah, the last might of so and so. That's what I mean. You can't hear some of these things, and he managed to send Hulk to Earth, which makes so much more sense than Thanos doing it. Why would Thanos do that? I know I made Thanos do that in my fan fiction thing, but it's like I was trying to think, how else is he going to get sent back to Earth? But Heimdall doing it makes more sense. I don't know how he did it without, like, you know, the whole Bifrost and all that shit, but he did it. But yeah, I guess that's Heimdall's power.
It's his trump card.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, like we introduced, so we have Tony Stark meeting Doctor Strange for the first time, which is amazing. Like we see the.
I find it so funny that Doctor Strange. I mean, obviously this is kind of further on in the film, but Doctor Strange does not like Tony Stark's like arrogance and narcissism. That's how Doctor Strange was.
Yeah,
like,
and Tony Stark doesn't like Doctor Strange's arrogance and narcissism. Tony's one is more comedic, and Doctor Strange's one is more like, I don't know.
Yeah, but he was comedic. In Doctor Strange, he was quite comedic.
I'm surprised how the Russos made him so serious.
Well, because he's now
he's really serious.
He's looking after the Sanctum now. Like he's got.
He's taking his job seriously.
This is not like what he was doing before.
Yeah.
Like, this is. Yeah, and you see that throughout the film, that he learns some stuff, man.
They've really changed Doctor Strange up in this.
But you saw like it in the end of the Thor film, when you saw him interacting with Thor and how serious he was. That's when you started to realise that Doctor Strange has become very serious now.
Yeah.
Was it? I can't remember which film it was.
Ragnarok.
Maybe it was that.
It was Ragnarok when he was joking a little bit in Ragnarok, but not like how he was before. But to be fair, he wasn't joking that much in Doctor Strange. But yeah, the banter between Tony Stark and... It wasn't even banter, they really didn't like each other.
Yeah, you knew that there was going to be conflict there, so that was fun to watch.
Yeah, really good dynamic between those two characters, because you had to have that, because they're so similar, and it was very good that they did that. I loved the focus on them. Even that shot of them face to face and you see space in the background, remember that? And it was just like they were kind of arguing. I was like, this is amazing right here, I love this. Like how they just talking to each other and having a bit of character development for each other. It was really good. But then the death of the Asgardians was so like dark and dramatic that when we introduce to the Guardians of the Galaxy, they're so jokey and they're laughing. Like the whole film was quite dark up until the point where we see the Guardians of the Galaxy, of course, and they're really jokey and they're being their usual jokey selves. And as soon as they enter, because they get a distress call from Asgard. I can't remember who sent it off before they got there. I don't know how they got there. But they got a distress call from Asgard, or the Asgardians, Thor's ship. And the Guardians of the Galaxy went there, and they just saw all these dead Asgardian bodies and everything. And suddenly they got serious. How serious did they get? Like, what happened here? Like,
it just something they probably don't notice.
Yeah, it was just like, you think they'll start cracking jokes, but they were just serious. Like, it just shows you.
Serious when they need to be.
Yeah. It was really good, like the way they knew how to switch the tones just at the right time, jokes at the right time, darker tone at the right time. It was perfect. Yeah, the banter between Thor, like when I saw it in the trailers and the TV spots, the banter between Thor and Star-Lord was really like, oh no, they're joking a lot in this TV spot. I don't know if I'm going to like this. And I watched it in the film and it all made sense. Like everything they were saying. Even Thor wasn't as jokey as he was in Ragnarok, I don't think. It was really serious.
They kept a bit of it, but like, it was more... Because I don't know what happened in Thor Ragnarok, but it's like... For me, it felt more like a filler. And like the only important part of that film was obviously finding out that Thor has this amazing power, and obviously the end when you see the ship. For me, that's the only importance of that. I don't even remember what the film concept was about.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know, talking about this film.
We'll talk about Thor. Thor had so much, like he wasn't really doing like too much. He was trying to get his hammer, like his new weapon, his axe or whatever. But Stormbreaker. But he was so like there was a point where he's sitting down talking to Rocket Raccoon, believe it or not. and he's just having this really emotional moment. Like he's trying to be strong and brave, put a brave face on, but he's crying at the same time. And I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. We never get to see Thor like this. You know, he's like.
It's a good reminder of how much. Do you know how much Thor has lost?
Yeah.
Mum, dad, brother.
All the
if someone
Asgardians.
else
All the
had directed
Asgardians.
that, they
They
wouldn't
would
have
have
made
ruined. Yeah, they wouldn't have made
as
Thor have that
emotional,
scene.
yeah.
He needed that scene was so important. Because I was waiting for that scene. I was like, Thor, bro, you just lost your whole world.
Literally.
You need to do something about it. And he's so angry at Thanos as well. He's pissed at Thanos. And I love that. Like you see towards the end of the film, like
Doesn't care about his best friends.
And I think he mentioned one of his, my friend got stabbed or something like that.
In the heart.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you're talking about Heimdall.
Oh, was he talking about Heimdall? Right, okay. I thought it was about the Warriors 3.
I thought you were talking about them as well.
It's all true, man. I forgot about those guys.
But all of Asgard's gone now, so at least he shed a tear for them, you know.
They're in there somewhere. Can we just talk about the concept of the story for 1 second?
Go on.
Like, there was so much going on, and it was so funny because you see a scene, and like, 1 minute they're in space, and then next week they're in New York, then we're in Scotland,
Yeah.
seeing Vision, and apparently, you know, Vision's like been able to evolve so much that he's, you know, he can go into human form now. Like,
Yeah.
he's found a human form.
I don't know how he's doing that. Like, this is the power of the Mind
Well,
Stone.
Tony Stark explains how he's turned off his transponder or something like this, and
Yeah.
says that he can't be found, that he's evolving now.
If he can create a cape, I'm sure he can create a human form.
Yeah.
Right, which makes sense, but I feel like, you know...
I feel like we haven't even tapped on what the Infinity Stones can really do, man. Because even at the end of this film, like, Thanos is still not using them, like, I don't know, man. But anyway, we'll get to that. But, yeah.
We're still talking about the story.
Story and the characters mainly at the moment. Yeah, Vision and Scarlet Witch. Speaking of Vision and Scarlet Witch's love story is really smart how they did it. They started the film off showing that they've kind of run away together. So we know that they've been building up a relationship in the time of since the Accords and everything. So we can believe that relationship, which is good. But talking about, I really want to talk about power levels, but I feel like I should just put that into one lump sum because I was going to talk about the fight they had with the Black Order, which was really cool. Especially when Captain America came in, that was a really cool fight. But yeah, the action is just brilliant. Action's out of this world, so you don't even need to go into all the action scenes because the action's just awesome. Love it, all the bits of it. But,
I was worried about Spider-Man.
he was good, I think.
Yeah, he was good.
He was
Like,
good.
you know,
Richard
much
Douglas
better than
has-
I was in Homecoming.
Much better than I was in Homecoming. I
Yeah.
guess, I don't know if it's because we just see less of him. Maybe that's what it
Maybe
is.
that is.
That's what it is. You see
Yeah,
less
but
of
when
him.
you do see him, he's not doing something stupid. Like,
Yeah, I mean
I think
sometimes.
it's being realistic for a 15-year-old to be in
Yeah.
space. Like, that's,
And he's a comedy character. He's supposed to be
Yeah.
like. I can imagine him saying that. Oh, can I call you Doctor Strange? In like the comics as well. I mean, what is he saying? Not can I call you Doctor Strange?
Yeah,
we're using our
superhero.
superhero names now. I can imagine that, but especially at his age, you know, like in the cartoon, I can't imagine that. Because I guess because it's his show. Do you remember the old Spider-Man cartoon from the 90s? I can't imagine that Spider-Man saying
I can
that.
imagine him saying it in a sarcastic way.
In a sarcastic way, yeah. But that might be because he's older. Because that Spider-Man's like, what?
How
He's
much
got to be
older?
20s, like 21, 22.
Wasn't he still in...
He was in university. And,
I don't think it matters, man.
yeah, but yeah, so much crap to talk about. Anything else?
It's too much to go
Should we skip the characters now? I mean, Black Panther was amazing as usual. We should really talk about Wakanda. Like when they were introducing Wakanda.
God,
like,
I love that scene.
I know.
My heart was beating so
Yeah,
fast.
and then the music was like da-da-da, da-da-da.
Like, it gets me so pumped up. Like,
Yeah.
it just does.
Like where can we? They're all like saying, where can we go? Where can we go to get the Mind Stone removed or whatever from Vision's
And you
head?
see Cap...
And then Captain America's looking and is like, before he even says Wakanda,
music's
the music's coming in. And he's like, Wakanda. And they're like, yes! And he's just like, we just go straight to Wakanda. T'Challa coming in.
Oh my god.
T'Challa coming in with that bop. Like, it's
so much swag.
So much swag just coming in like King of Wakanda. Like, it's just sick.
They didn't let me down.
Yeah, they did so good. And the fighting with Wakanda, like, the aliens are so much shit.
The aliens are fighting everything.
The fighting with the Wakandans versus the aliens was like amazing because it's like they're like, Oh, what was the chant again? It's like
In Bombay.
in Bombay. In Bombay. And it just gets you hyped.
I love how
and then
Hulk,
Baku.
like Hulk is sort of in the background, like, what is going on?
Yeah, Hulk's always looking around.
Yeah, he's always looking around.
In the Hulkbuster armor, he's like, what's this
why
mean?
are
Then?
they
He's so curious, like a little kid. He's so curious.
I love that beginning with Don Cheadle, War Machine. Do we need to bow?
Well, yeah,
And he's
dude.
like, yes, he's a king.
Amazing jokes, amazing. That's the kind of humour I want. That's the humour I like. Do you know what I mean? You need to bow?
Why did you mess him up?
Why'd you bow for? That's brilliant humour. That's the kind of humour I like in Marvel, man. But then, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, and Baku, he comes in like, Wusa! Wusa!
Doing that thing.
Wusa!
I love that as well.
It's just so sick,
I
man.
love how
They do
Bucky
Wakanda
said,
right.
I love this place, because
Yeah.
that's what everyone's thinking.
Yeah, I love this place because the aliens were coming in, but then they had the protective shield. Wakanda's so advanced, so sick. I love it.
That's great.
So yeah, one of the biggest lies from the trailer was there's no Hulk. I mean, there's Hulk when he fights Thanos at the beginning, but after that, it's literally Bruce Banner in the Hulkbuster outfit
Why do you think they did that?
for the whole film. We don't see Hulk again.
Well, then it's obviously something
yeah,
really going on.
I like it.
Yeah, I know it's sick because obviously when he was trying to summon the Hulk was like, no, like the Hulk didn't want to come out.
That
it
whole
really is
that,
two different people.
yeah, it's kind of Hulk is kind of too different from Banner. Even in comics, at one point they get separated, you know, from each other.
How?
Yeah, I know. It's the comics, isn't it? Well, I can imagine doing that with Infinity
But I
Stone.
feel like the
Stone.
more he turns into Hulk and the more he's Bruce Banner, it's like I feel like the more separate they are getting, like they are almost
Becoming
separate people now.
people,
Like
yeah.
when Bruce Banner wants to be Hulk, like he can't because the Hulk doesn't want to be there.
That whole thing with Banner and Hulk, that whole thing is a metaphor for for what's it called? What's the name for it again? I can't think of it now. It's a metaphor for like being impotent, I think. That's what it. That's,
Oh yeah, I thought that.
it is that. That's the joke. It's like,
I did
why are you
think
doing
that.
this to? It's like when you're literally beating your meat and trying to. Why are you doing this to? I'm like, I don't have that problem, but I just know.
Whatever.
It's like literally trying to like. He's like almost like he's calling it Hulk.
I really did
He's like,
think
Hulk,
that there
what
was
are you
something
doing?
because of that.
Oh, come on, Hulk, we can do this.
Especially at the beginning where Iron Man's like, you're really embarrassing me.
Really
He's like,
embarrassing.
I'm trying.
I'm trying. It's not working. That's the and it's not even funny. Like so, it's kind of messed up. So people really suffer through impotence and all that. And that's kind of like Banner's thing right now. And what's really sick is Thanos literally made Hulk impotent. Think about that for a second. Thanos literally did that. Like he
That's
took
it.
the Hulk, the most powerful superhero ever, and made him impotent and scared of him. It doesn't want to even come out anymore. That's how badass Thanos is. That was the sickest
That's good.
show of power
Yeah,
from
good way of
Thanos.
putting it.
You know, that's what I love about the whole Hulk can't come out thing. Brilliant storytelling and writing there from the Russos and the writers of.
Do you think if he shot himself, he would have come out?
I don't know.
No, he wouldn't have come out.
Maybe. I think that might be the only.
Because it's like this is it now as well. I feel like when it comes to the Hulk, it's not about him getting angry anymore, or like like oh my blood pressure's rising. It's not that anymore. That's like old school stuff. Now it's like he has some kind of control over it, so he can summon the Hulk when he wants, and he can. I mean, I don't really understand how he can go back into it. I think that's still go back to being Bruce Banner.
It's almost like living. It's almost like in real life living with a disease or something.
Of course.
Like when you first get a disease, like you just can't handle it. It's just horrible, you know. And then like after some time, I imagine you just like find ways to live with it. You know, like I'm sure that's everybody that's got a disability or something like that. You know, that's how they live their life, and that's how Bruce Banner's lived with his life. Like with Hulk, he's found a way to just not make it work. Well, yeah, make it work for him, but like live with it, and he's evolved with it. So that's why you're right. It's evolved from I'm hurt and I'm turned to Hulk.
Two different. Like two different things.
Two different people, two different beings. But there's so much to talk about. What did you think of Corvus Glaive? Thanos is the children of Thanos.
His children.
Basically.
Right, this
Black
guy, who's I can't remember, is it Ebony Moore?
Ebony Moore, the magic guy. He's sick,
He's my favourite man.
He's hard. Ebony
like
Moore was hard.
I love how he just when he does things, just like that.
His fight with
What is
Doctor Strange, that was like some Naruto shit.
Yeah,
man.
it was like.
It was like they were like
See, at
doing.
one point he was using the concrete to fly or something. I don't know what he was doing. This guy is insane. I need to
Yeah,
find out
it was-
more about his character.
It was like some genjutsus or something like.
I love the way he
It was
talks.
awesome.
Yeah, the way he talks. Like when I first heard his voice, I was like, oh. But then as he was walking through the Asgardians, I was like, I'm liking this. I like how he's like, he's got this nerdy voice. I was not expecting that, but I like it.
I
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
expecting. I didn't know who it was.
I'm just
when I heard his
thinking,
voice.
if Benedict Cumberbatch couldn't do Doctor Strange, like just say they've got someone else, would he have been Ebony
Or
Moore?
whoever the guy playing,
Yeah.
whoever's playing, yeah, because Doctor Strange probably got really. He could when
He
you read the
looks like
comics, he
him.
could have a really nerdy voice. Why not? But like Ebony Moore, yeah, his fighting was amazing, man.
He wasn't even doing anything.
He was
Not
one of the
really,
sickest
just like,
villains.
I can't
Like,
believe he's dead.
yeah,
Oh,
Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight, yeah, they're alright. Didn't have too much of a great showing as Ebony Moore did. Same with Black Dwarf, or what's it, Col Obsidian, the big guy. He didn't have
Yeah.
much of a great showing. Basically, Ebony Moore stole the show. He had
Yeah,
the
he
most
did.
lines. Like Ebony Moore and Thanos, those two, man.
Yeah.
It's a shame that he got killed. I was hoping Ebony Moore would be like kind of like the
He was
you know that devil guy.
Yeah.
What's it, Mephisto? The kind of like the Mephisto
I
character.
thought he was going to be like.
I thought Loki would be that, but Loki just killed off, man. Loki was pissed, man. He didn't like seeing him fall like that, did he?
No.
You know, mad.
Still grew up together, like,
Yeah, they still love each other deep down, don't they?
of course.
If Loki can't come back, even Thanos said no more resurrections here.
Yeah.
That was a bit like meta, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was a bit like 4-4
Because I was
break.
thinking, how can we truly believe that he's dead? Like, it could be something else, but he physically said there's no resurrections here. And I find that weird. How does Thanos know that?
That's what I'm saying. It's like meta, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like he's breaking the 4-4 a little bit there because it's like, what do you mean, Thanos? Like, has he resurrected himself in front of you before?
Yeah, how else would he know that?
Like, are you Deadpool all of a sudden now for a little bit?
How does
Maybe
Thanos
because
know
he
who
knows
Tony
he's a
Stark
god of.
is?
Does he know he's a god of
Mischief?
mischief?
Yeah, I guess
He
he's
does.
just imagining his
He's
powers.
met him before.
There's so many ways you can think of why he's
Yeah,
saying
yes.
that, but it just for us, for what we've seen, there's nothing that really makes sense there, apart from just knowing that he's a god of mischief.
Gamora's death, that really got
Oh
to me.
yeah,
I
we talk
thought
about
that was-
the acquisition of the Soul Stone. Let me just build this up, because I was like anticipating something for a second there, because it was like Nebula and Gamora, and he's like, Gamora, you're gonna tell me where the Soul Stone is, and all this kind of stuff, and I was like, oh, Gamora. And I thought at first I was worried because I thought she was the Soul Stone or something. Like, she had it inside her. I was like, that's lame. And then like she said, I know where it is. I was like, oh shit. Is Gamora gonna say it's with a race known as the Sovereign or something like that?
I
Were
was
you waiting for
thinking
that?
that, you
She was
know?
gonna say it's with the Sovereign.
I was waiting.
And I was like, oh
Didn't want to get
no.
my hopes up.
I
But
didn't think I was gonna see Adam Warlock. I just thought Thanos would go to the Sovereign
oh, you
place.
think that?
Rip the stone that's powering Adam Warlock out, and Adam Warlock would just maybe, I don't know, you won't see what happens, and it will just shut down, and then Thanos just take the Soul Stone, and that's it.
It's a whole different film you're thinking about.
Yeah, that didn't happen. But you know what? I like what they did better. Not because of the.
I would have liked it in the way that they would have put Adam in the stone.
Yeah.
So even if she did say let's go to the sovereign people.
Oh yeah, Adam's already gone inside
Yeah, or
the
something
the
like
Soul
that.
World or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Soul Stone is really interesting, man. It's not like the comic in any way so far as I know. Because, so Gamora's death, like, was really powerful. Thanos was crying. Like, in order to get the Soul Stone, you have to kill someone you love dearly. A soul for a soul. Which is really cool. But let's talk about the person who was telling him that. Red Skull?
I like how his accent changed, because obviously he's been alive for how many years?
His accent changed a little bit. Yeah.
I didn't know it was him when he was talking.
Believe me, he was stronger in,
Yeah.
you know,
he was
First
obviously
Avenger.
more.
Yeah, you can still hear the German a bit, though.
Yeah, but...
But this is what I don't get. Can someone explain to me why is Red Skull like floating and got all these powers and did the soul?
Dementor.
Yeah, he looking like a Dementor, like with all this, he looking like Lady Death. He looks like Lady Death
Lady
himself.
Death even.
Yeah, you know.
Dementor.
But he doesn't have powers, he's just there.
But he was floating though.
How do you
just-
know
just
about the
floats,
Soul
that's
Stone?
it.
Yeah, but
He
he's,
has answers!
he's the same as Captain America. Like he's literally Captain America's opposite. So he's got super strength.
Is
and
that
all
what
that.
the planet did to him?
I don't know.
Why is he on the planet?
Why is he there? Why is he floating?
vanished.
Why does he know
I
about the
don't
Soul
know.
Stone?
He vanished.
Why, if he was looking for the Infinity Stones himself, why doesn't he look at? Why doesn't he just do the Soul Stone thing for himself? Or he can't find someone he loves, I guess. But why doesn't he just look for the other Infinity Stones?
I don't understand what he said completely. He said because he was looking for the stones, yeah.
I wasn't
I don't
listening,
understand
so I
why
was still
he's
thinking about how the
there,
fuck he's
really.
there.
Yeah.
Like,
Why does him looking for the stones put him there? Or he said
I know,
it was his fate or something?
well, the Space Stone put him somewhere. I guess we can just think the Red Skull's been on a whole bunch of adventures.
At the end of Captain America, he just
Disappeared into space.
yeah.
The Red Skull's been in a whole bunch of adventures, you know, I guess, and now he's become this all-powerful scene guy. Kind of reminds me of what Nick Fury becomes in the comics. You guys don't know. Nick Fury kind of becomes this really omnipotent. He becomes a Watcher basically, Nick Fury, and he looks similar to how Red Skull looks, you know. So
yeah, Watcher does look like that.
I just don't know, man. It just seems so random. Like it's like.
Why they did that?
Yeah, it's like randomly seeing Malekith there. Actually, that would even make a bit more sense because he's not human. Like, I mean, Red Skull's human at the end of the day.
Yeah.
He's a human guy that just had the serum in him. So why is he there doing this shit? But anyway. But yeah, the whole soul thing with Gamora was sick. Was awesome. She's
Thanos
dead now.
crying.
Apparently, yeah. Thanos is crying. Apparently, Gamora's dead. I don't know how she's dead forever. So.
Crazy.
Yeah, Thanos crying because he loved those. Amazing scene. I guess now we should get to the power levels. Because this is what I wanted to talk about. The plot holes and power levels.
Okay,
Let's start
so
with plot holes.
this is the negative stuff?
No, we're going to talk about negatives now, I guess. Plot holes. I didn't hear everything, like I said in my non-spoiler review, so I might have missed some dialogue that might explain some things. So if you guys heard anything, write in the comments below and tell me what you think I missed and explain it. Because first of all, the first plot hole, you said it to me in the cinema actually, and I was like, oh yeah, this is so epic as he said that.
Yeah.
The bit where Doctor Strange trapped Cull Obsidian's arm into another dimension, and then they trapped him there forever. Like they threw him in another dimension.
It was
and
Young,
you're like,
I think. Wong?
yeah, Wong did it, and you're like, why didn't they just do that from the beginning? Why didn't they just trap Black Dwarf into another dimension? Why didn't they just do that? And I was like,
in the beginning.
I mean, in my head, I was just thinking they couldn't do that because Ebony Maw was just messing up too much. That's what I was thinking.
The only reason why he could get to him was because Ebony Maw wasn't there trying to...
Yes.
Ebony Maw kept...
But they still, even when he left, they still were messing around for a while.
And now, but that doesn't bother me too much. They probably just didn't think of it, or anything could be a reason there. But now, here's the bigger plot hole for me. Please tell me if they explain this. Why was Doctor Strange so bothered about getting back to Earth? Doctor Strange really wanted to get back to Earth.
To look after the Sanctum.
Yes, but why didn't he just make a portal to get back to Earth?
Yeah, he must be able to do that.
Surely he can do that, right?
Yeah.
From space, probably not.
Maybe he can't do it from space. Because I don't know, they didn't explain that because, like, for all I know, Doctor Strange can just go everywhere, you know? He can go everywhere, like anywhere he wants at any time with his sling ring. So why was he like, stop, can you fly this back? Can you fly us back? Like, why don't you just make a sling ring portal, go back to the Sanctum just like that?
And he didn't have a sling ring?
No, he had his sling ring because they were using it to fight Thanos.
Another thing was...
I'm just going to put it down to the fact that they're in space.
I think they're in space. That's what I'm thinking, but they should have explained that, you know? Like, why can't he just teleport them all back, you know, if they want to go back? What was you going to say? The other plot hole or thing that didn't seem right to you?
Was Vision and Scarlet Witch when you see them in Scotland, and then those two come to fight them. And then they were joined by Captain America and...
Oh yeah, how did Captain America find them?
Well, you seem
not
pretty
that.
cool, but...
Not that, but I just thought Scarlet Witch and Vision should be able to take them on their own.
Oh right, this is going to power levels now.
Oh right.
Yeah, this is like power. Yeah. The power levels and plot holes go hand in hand because
I'm going to put it down to the fact that they haven't been using their powers as often as they used
to,
so they're not...
I like to think that.
Making all these reasons and that.
And the fact
writing
that...
the script for them.
I think we missed something as well, because it sounds like...
Vision would seem very...
Black Widow was saying something when they're going in the ship. She was saying to Scarlet Witch, like, you said you're going to keep close, or you said you're going to stay close, or something like this. So I think we missed something there that might have explained.
I can't remember that. I can't really remember that. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight were literally kicking the crap out of Vision and Scarlet Witch, the two most probably highest powered Avengers there is, you know, apart from Hulk. They were kicking their asses. Vision with the Mind Stone getting his ass whooped.
Vision
Why
didn't use
was
much
he-
of his power at all.
Yeah, he didn't really use much of his power at all.
Was he weak or something?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, you got human Falcon with some wings.
I mean, the
You got
intro was cool.
Yeah, it was cool how they
Really
came in,
cool.
but you got human Falcon with his wings. You got human Black Widow with her pew pews and kicking and that, and a stick. You got Captain America who's super strong but still kind of human, you know. And they whooped the crap out of Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive. And the two super beings were saved by the humans. It just seemed a bit, nah, it should be the other way around here. Like, Scarlet Witch and Vision
I
should
didn't
be
know whether they
kicking
were just
ass.
so in love they didn't want to fight, or they were just out of practice or something.
I'll give you a reason. I've got an excuse. My reasoning is Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive prepared for the fight with Vision and Scarlet Witch. They knew they prepped. They prepped for that fight. They knew what the Mind Stone could do, and they knew what to expect with them two, right? But then they did not expect Captain America and the Falcon and Black Widow to show up and just like whoop ass like that and help. So that's my reasoning for it. I think.
I mean, I know Vision got stabbed as soon as they got there.
Yeah.
That would have reached.
That stab. Maybe that Corvus Glaive's stick is really like it's like a stone nullifier or something. I don't know, like an Infinity Stone nullifier. Like it weakens the stone for a bit or
Vision didn't use
something.
his laser beam once.
He used it. He tried to use it.
Oh,
but
did he?
Yeah, he did. He tried to use it on Corvus Glaive, but they blocked it or something. I can't remember how he did it. With that stick again, so it might be that stick.
Mm.
But yeah, so that's my reasoning. I think they kind of the Captain America kind of ambushed them, caught them off guard.
Mm.
That's my excuse for that. But still, though, it seemed a bit off the power levels there. And then speaking of power levels, one of the ones that really annoyed me was when the Iron Man, Star-Lord, and Mantis and Drax and all them just kind of overpowered Thanos, even though he's got. Did he have like all the stones except for the time one?
Except
he had soul. He had soul, reality, power, and space, and they all overpowered that. They didn't have mind yet. They didn't have mind yet.
Mind and time.
But they overpowered Doctor Strange was there as well. And they overpowered Thanos, and they were about to get the gauntlet off him, and I was like, what? I was just like. Thanos, even without the gauntlet, should murk all of them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you don't forget that Doctor Strange was seeing. I know, you know, in the end he said there was no other way, but he's looking at all the different possibilities, right?
Mm.
Before they,
That's
like,
what
they had
Doctor
a plan.
Strange means.
Yeah.
I didn't even clock that.
You didn't get it.
When he said there's no other way, that's what he meant. I just thought he just meant he just wanted to give it up. I forgot he was. I forgot Doctor Strange was referring to when he said this is the possibility that we're gonna win. That's how he's gonna do it.
I feel like the only way they did that was because they planned. They did a plan of exactly what they're going to do at the exact time. So that's why they felt like. Don't forget, Thanos is strong. He's strong as hell, but he's not in on this plan. So them hiding, coming out from different directions, using their powers at different times, like it's just going to be a bit like overwhelming. You can do as much as you can, but when they were holding him down, like that was planned.
Yeah.
So I feel like they were able to do that at the time. But don't forget,
really good plan.
it was only good. Yeah.
And Star-Lord, the twat, came up with that plan.
What was it?
Huh? What was what?
I don't know about that because obviously
He
like
did.
you said.
He said this is my plan, by the way. Remember?
Oh right.
Yeah. But yeah, I just don't know. I don't know, man. I just feel like Thanos shouldn't have been taken down like that, man. I just don't know. I don't know. How do you feel about that bit?
I know what you mean as well.
And not just that, but Tony Stark was kind of whooping him a bit, man. He was giving him a few digs, man. And like Thanos is like.
Mantis managed to put him under as well, but that's when everyone was holding him down.
Yeah, he even got him to bleed, man. Like, you know, Tony Stark can't be making Thanos bleed. And Tony Stark, man, they got to be careful with how they do this. Because Tony Stark looks strong as hell right now with his new armour. Like, how is anybody supposed to stand up to Tony now if he can kind of give Thanos a good one too? Do you know what I mean? Like, what other bad guy is going to come and fight the Avengers and stand a chance when Tony Stark can fight Thanos, the Mad Titan, like toe to toe
He
for
can put
him.
up a fight, but I wouldn't say that.
Obviously, Thanos would kill him. He was gonna kill him.
Yeah,
but
I know, but I
he was
mean,
pretty-
he was.
I feel like if he wasn't able to keep up a fight, you'd just think, oh, that's a bit shit of Tony. Like he's been doing this for how many years and he can't keep up a fight. Like he can. I feel like
It's
him.
Thanos.
And don't forget, this new suit was doing half of the stuff for him. Like
Oh yeah, that's
Tony
obviously
was
the suit.
digging in the ground.
it
like
makes Tony look extremely powerful as well.
right. I think it's mostly
Mm.
the suit. Like
Obviously, it's the suit, but I'm just saying, like.
He shouldn't be that powerful against.
Like with Thanos again, but then I keep forgetting that it's not like the comics where Thanos had when he that was literally Thanos versus Tony. It wasn't Thanos and the Stones versus Tony. Because when Thanos, in order for Thanos to use the stones, he has to like make a fist or something like that. In the comic, he just uses it like of his free will. So I forget that. So it literally was Thanos versus Tony, and Thanos basically won. So yeah, I guess but. He should win. He beat Hulk.
got stabbed.
Yeah, Tony Stark got stabbed trying to make us think he was going to die there, but he didn't die. It's fine.
That's weird.
He healed himself with this weird spray thing. I don't know what his suit just makes it all. His suit is almost magic now. It's crazy. Tony Stark's suit is crazy. But yeah, Doctor Strange gave up the Time Stone. Wait, Doctor Strange was just so sick. How sick was he? Like all these, he was making all these like multiple versions of him. Oh my god!
He's been doing some reading.
Yeah, he's been reading. He learns fast. Sorcerer Supreme. Oh my day! Doctor Strange's power level.
It was almost like he was using the reality gem against Thanos.
Yeah, I know. He was.
That was a bit weird. I feel like he had a bit of a reality. It was like he knew some mad spell.
Yeah,
The power of Ashanti, like damn.
Doctor Strange in the comics is one of the most powerful characters.
And he should be.
And they showed that power in this film. So sick. Like if there's no Adam Warlock, Doctor Strange is my Adam Warlock for now. Like that's what I mean. Doctor Strange is basically the replacement for Adam Warlock right now. That's the best bet we have for Adam Warlock, Doctor Strange, and he's Benedict Cumberbatch, Doctor Strange. Oh, he's so good in this film, and he's so serious as well. Like not messing about. Like he's it feels like Doctor Strange from the comics.
I think after being face to face with like Dormammu and all that stuff, I think you know. This isn't about being in a hospital anymore and, you know, my hands. Like, he's got the world to save now and...
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It's so good. So what was the other thing you were going to say? There was... Oh, yeah, the Time Stone plot hole. I was thinking... I said to you in the cinema, I said... why didn't he just do the... Thanos, I've come to bargain thing. But that question's answered. Because he was already doing this shit, that's another thing, how sick his power is. He was using the Time Stone to look at all the possibilities. So he must have thought, that must have been one of the possibilities. I've come to bargain and it didn't work. So he didn't even need to do the come to bargain, because I'm sure he's already seen that that's not going to work, that I've come to bargain thing. So... he knew the only possibility that would work was to give him the Time Stone. So that makes so much sense. That plot hole's not in a plot hole anymore. That makes sense to me.
It's so crazy. Like he said there was over 4 million.
Was it 14
ways
million? 600 and something.
Yeah, he looked at all of
them.
them.
They didn't have one.
No, he had one.
He didn't have one.
No, he said he had one.
No, he said one, but then.
That was the only way.
Yeah, but no. But he said there's one, but I think he just said that so they could fight.
Oh, you think he's lying?
Yeah, he was because he said, Tony, there was no other way. Yeah, that was him saying like that even when I saw like the one I said to you was the one was not actually a one. He was just
that's what I initially thought. But when you said that, I thought you were saying something different.
Like what?
I thought you were saying the only way. That they were gonna win eventually was to give him the Time.
Oh right, yeah,
that's what you were telling me.
Yeah, no, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
there was no other way.
This was the only way we're gonna win, basically. But they didn't want to say it too blatantly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So him giving him the Time Stone, that's how they're gonna win, by him giving him the Time Stone. That's what he meant.
Yeah.
That's the only one possibility, and that clears up all the plot holes about. Or why don't he just use the Time Stone to do?
He delete that. What I said.
No, that's good. It makes people understand better. Oh
man.
So Drax was actually hilarious in that. It made me really laugh.
Yeah, Drax Drax was one of my favourites.
Yeah.
Drax has always been one of my favourites, man.
You loved
never
it in the
ruined
other
him.
films. I'm gonna lie.
Really? I loved him in all of them. I've always loved
I
Drax.
was worried that they would
He's the
ruin
only
him in the second Guardians of the
Yeah.
Galaxy.
He was
but they didn't.
he was the best in the second
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy. His whole thing with Mantis is so ugly and that just cracked me the hell up.
Yeah, that's really funny. And then Gamora comes out and she's like, "You're not ugly," and he's like, "What are you talking about?"
Drax is amazing.
Awesome.
But in this, he's like, "Oh my god!" When they're
it's-
kissing, having a moment, and he's like, and then
Yeah, he's
Star-Lord's like,
I'm
"How
trying
have
to
you
be incredibly
been
still."
there?"
Yeah.
It's like, "I've done the power to be incredibly still and to be invisible."
Mantis like, hi. Was it Mantis?
Yeah,
Mantis
Mantis
like,
comes
hi.
out to his hand. He's like,
And he's like, damn it. And then the whole bit where he was like, you're a dude. This is a man.
and it's like a pirate and an angel had a baby or something. I can't believe it. So
It's
funny.
so good because I really thought he was going to say something else, but of course not.
There was, oh yeah, a little bit where it was like, Thanos who? Thanos her or something like that. I can't remember what I was saying.
Gamora.
He's
I
like-
one up you on Gamora. Where is Gamora? And the other one was, who is Gamora? And he's
He's
like,
why is Gamora? He's brilliant. And it's great. It's true in the comic he's really stupid as well, but like this stupidity is so clever in the films. Like, in the comic
He's
it's just
normally
like,
quite
I'm
intelligent,
drugs.
but this is more, like, well, especially in the first.
It's like he's just.
Guardians
It's
of
like
the
how he.
Galaxy.
It's just
Yeah.
like how he thinks. It's not like
Takes
he's really
everything
stupid.
literally.
Yeah, it's just brilliant comedy of Drax.
I like how Tony Stark has no idea how to comprehend.
Yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
When they were having their little crazy conversation, Mantis,
He
Drax,
literally
Star
was just
Lord.
like
Staring.
it was like he was thinking, how is someone this stupid?
Yeah, Tony Stark's just
What
like,
is going on?
I'm not even going to bother talking anymore.
literally,
And
he's
it's
so
such a good way to
stressed.
show it. Tony was just like, nah, fuck this, man. You lot are nuts. that's he didn't say that, but that's how he looked at his face.
No words needed.
No words. You just tell that's what he's thinking. Brilliant. Love it. Oh, man. Yeah, the comedy was on point in this film, man. On point. But to talk on the power levels and the plot holes again, one thing I don't know how to feel about, it was kind of a bit annoying, actually, was, you know when Thanos finally came to Wakanda, yeah? And he was just whooping them left and right with the stones? He wasn't killing them.
No.
He was just throwing them, like giving them little soft pushes and that. When in reality, if Thanos was a real
You
thing...
say that.
He likes to play though, doesn't he?
Yeah, I guess he likes to play.
You say that, but I don't think you actually realise what he was doing. Like when, War Machine, he crushed War Machine in his suit. Like he made him, he used his suit as so he can't move inside the suit now. So he's just sort of
Yeah, but he
crumbled.
didn't kill him, though.
No, he didn't kill him, but obviously I know he didn't kill anyone, but it's the same with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like he turned them into some, he turned
He
Drax
turned him,
into like a
yeah, the
brick or something like that.
reality bending thing.
Right. But I don't think although I think you're thinking too much about the comics. Like the guy was obsessed with death in the comics. This guy's more obsessed with trying to balance it. And in his head, I'm guessing he's thinking,
He thinks he's
if I click
noble.
my fingers, half these people are going to go anywhere or whatever. Like, I don't think he wants to kill people like that, out of the randomness like that. I don't know how to explain it. Cause,
I know what you're trying to say. I was going to say that
his
myself.
first thing's not thinking, they need to die. Like,
Yeah.
it's more like, oh, these guys are in my way, let me just turn into this quickly. Like, I don't know how to explain
He just
it.
wants
but
to get the stone first and then
that's
do what
all
he
he
needs
wants
to
to
do.
It's like moving ants out of the way. But then, if a whole bunch of ants are coming into your house and they're disturbing you from what you're doing, you're going to just step on them, and kill them. Some people will try and keep them all on paper and take them outside, but most people will kill all the ants. But some people will take all the ants on paper and throw them outside safely, isn't it? Basically you're saying Thanos is the person that will take all the ants on paper and throw them outside safely.
Not necessarily.
Do you know what I mean, though? That you
I
could
think he
easily
would
just...
kill them. He would kill them if they, seriously got in his way and stuff. But I feel like he doesn't think the Avengers are that much of a threat.
Yeah.
The thing is, the goal wasn't to kill them and get them out of the way. It was more just to go.
I know.
I mean, we can always make
I
excuses.
we
It's
know
true,
the
what
real-
you're saying, though.
We know the real reason because they can't just kill the characters.
I mean,
like
in the
that.
comic, why did he not kill them? Like
He
sometimes
did kill them.
No, but you said sometimes he turned them into bricks, or they were playing around with them first. Like
No, everybody that he turned to stones, they died. They were dead. Or Well, actually, I don't know. Some of them might have just been, but then he didn't. The ones that he didn't kill, it was not that he deliberately didn't kill them. He just wanted to have fun with them, and then he just left them there because they were put out of commission. They were alive, but they couldn't do anything. But and which is similar to the film. They're alive, but they can't do anything.
Right.
But he does that to everyone, which is just some people should have died. Not saying I wanted them to die, but they should have found a way to make it so, I don't know, he's not just pushing them out of the way with these almighty powerful stones that can blink them out of existence.
You know, when he clicked his fingers, it almost seemed like it was a last resort because he
was about to die or something by Thor.
How was it done in the comics?
When he clicked his fingers, he was having a laugh. He was like, "Oh yeah, I've got to click my fingers
It
so
was
I can
weird
do
seeing
this
it
thing
like
for
that
death."
in the film.
Yeah, in the comics, he's like, "I better click my fingers because I was supposed to kill half the universe for you." Yeah, shit, I forgot. And he does it. That's basically how he does it in the comic. In this, he was like, quickly click it. Like, before it's too late. Nah, it wasn't that bad.
No,
He was like,
but
"You should have killed me in the
It seemed
head."
like a last resort.
Yeah.
But his goal was just to click his fingers so he could do whatever his freaking.
And the Avengers have shown they can hurt Thanos now. You know? Like, Thor can hurt him.
Thor can.
So what do you think about the almighty, what's it called, Captain America holding onto his glove? Like, did you like the scene? What did you think about the scene?
What did you think after seeing the trailer? I liked it. It's good.
Yeah. Because Thanos was genuinely like weirded out. How can this guy hold me?
Yeah,
he
it's
just
like,
punched
he's
him in
pretty
the
strong, but then he punched him in. I thought Captain America died then, man.
No, he came back very quickly.
Yeah, it's like, what's going on,
He
guys?
didn't punch him as hard as I thought.
Yeah, like, this guy is the guy that... Thanos is the guy that has just put
That
Hulk
knockout,
down.
it looked like a knockout.
Yeah, it looked like he killed him.
He knocked him out.
Basically, if that punch was on Tony would be dead.
He did that on Tony, didn't he?
He didn't punch him Tony like that. If he did, he had his helmet on.
Yeah, he did.
He had his helmet on.
Yeah.
Yeah, then that's why he didn't die. But yeah, that punch to Cap, man, that was a hard punch. He should be dead, but he didn't die. So I don't want him to be dead. I'm just saying certain things. Like, I don't know. I guess was Thanos pulling his punches or what? I don't know. Because you know Thanos can punch them all out of existence if he wants to. Like, even without the stones.
It doesn't do it in this.
I don't know, man. That's the plot I didn't like. Like, why would Thanos pull punches? Why would Thanos not kill? Unless they explain it in the next one that, yeah, he's not looking to kill, really. He's just trying to push people out of his way so he can do this thing that he wants to do, which is to balance the universe.
It's all about balance.
Balancing the universe. How do you feel about Thanos' motivation, by the way?
I kind of, in some ways, agree with him. We not have to kill half of humanity.
Because they're running out of resources.
It's true, it's what he's saying, but you don't have to kill everything.
Yeah.
Why is his motivation so, like...
They should have gone into it a bit deeper.
I think they should have done.
Because
he talked about his childhood and...
I thought we were going to see flashbacks of him on Titans, like all people suffering.
Maybe we will next film.
We needed that. I thought all we saw was Gamora, the Gamora one. They said this film was more about Thanos. It was kind of, but like we needed more, I think, of Thanos. We needed to see a flashback of him as a child or as a young guy trying to figure out.
He spoke about it.
He spoke about it, but we need to see it. Like, yeah, this is. Look, we're suffering here on Titan. We're running out of food and resources. We need to kill half the population here. And everybody's like, what? Like, maybe he has like a fascination with death and killing or something like that as well, which is what motivates him to like think of it the most grotesque way. Why does he think the most rawest, horrible way to do it? We can't connect to that, you know. Like so it makes his story in the comics a bit more interesting. With he wants to kill half the universe to impress the cosmic entity known as death. Like he worships death. He's a nihilist. They've taken away the nihilist out of him and tried to give him this motivation, but the motivation doesn't really make sense. Like too much. I get it from just reading articles and stuff, but the average moviegoer will go and watch this and just be like, what is it? Balance. What are you talking about? Balance.
Some people just say it's just the easiest way.
Yeah.
And he probably would just go with the easiest.
The easiest way. Like he's got the Infinity Stones. Why don't you just give everybody enough resources? You know. Why don't you just click his finger and say, "Everybody have enough resources"? Ken's face looks like, why are you making this film shit for me?
No, I'm just thinking about his concept and, you know, basically we were saying about how we need to know more about that. You know, his first thought for balancing the universe was to kill half the people. Like, why is that his first go-to? Sort of
Yeah,
thing.
that's what we need to know about. Why isn't his idea to give unlimited resources for the whole world? Why isn't that what he clicked his fingers for? Why is it to kill everybody? You know, I guess he thinks the unlimited resources will somehow be limited. I don't know. Maybe Infinity Stones can't do that, but they can kill half the universe. Though.
Does that include space as well? Because then people just populate and do nothing, and then it would just be things handed to them without them working hard.
Yeah, maybe that's what he thought about. See, that they need to really go into that conversation more. About
maybe if you watch it again, you'll find out a bit more. I don't know.
Maybe. But how the clicking, the clicking the fingers thing was. I feel like it was a little bit anticlimactic because he just did it really fast out of nowhere. And I think that's what their intention was, like to just be like shocking that he's actually
not making it some massive
massive deal, a build up. I kind of wish it had the build up, but you know.
I mean, I'm glad it didn't because obviously he did it, and then you see he hasn't got the glove anymore, and he's talking to Child Gamora, and he's like, she's asking, did you do it? And then he's like, what did it cost? And she's like, and he's like, everything.
Everything, and he's back in his I love that little shot at the end where he's back in his little shanty. He looks just like the comic book, except in the comic version, he's already lost, and the Avengers and the heroes beat him, and he hasn't got the gauntlet anymore, and he's just sitting contemplating his loss. But in this one, he's won, and he's sitting contemplating his win. So that's kind of interesting. Smiling.
But I think what made me think is that she asked, she asked, did you do it? He said, yeah, I've done it, sort of thing. But in my head, I didn't really comprehend until I just see Winter Soldier say Cap, or he said Steve.
Yeah.
And he's disappeared. I'm like, whoa, he's done it. Shit. Oh, crap. And then you think, and I'm just thinking to myself, alright, fine, obviously I know in the comics superheroes disappear, but seeing them that, honestly, till now, it's still in my brain.
Yeah. Seeing them all disappear
I can feel it all in my brain, seriously, it's not, it's really affected me, I'm not gonna lie. Seeing, Black Panther helping up Okoye. And then I'm like, shit, he's going.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, man, that's just...
Spider-Man put up quite a fight.
Yeah, it took him quite a while to disappear. Spider-Man disappeared. It's gonna be, so now the beginning of Avengers 4 is gonna be all just like the beginning of Infinity Gauntlet, the comic book, where it's Thor disappeared. So and so disappeared. It kind of reminded me of X-Men Days of Future Past, the comic version again. When it says, dead. They just show a whole list of heroes and it's disappeared. It's so sick. Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to that, man. See how they do it. And then the end credit scene was really cool as well. I liked it. With the whole, you finally see Nick Fury and Maria Hill
see what's happening
under the shadows, and then you see a helicopter randomly crash into a building. All people were just disappearing, normal people disappearing. It's oh my god, Thanos has fucked the whole world up with half the population shit. Amazing. And even Maria Hill and Nick Fury disappeared. I was like, oh shit. You know what's really interesting? The main Avengers haven't disappeared. None of the main Avengers disappeared.
Don't know if we're going to see Hawkeye or Ant-Man.
We'll see.
Ant-Man should disappear, really.
Ant-Man obviously hasn't disappeared. And
can we just talk about why Don Cheadle hasn't disappeared?
Yes. Why do they keep Don Cheadle alive?
And Black Panther's disappeared. But you know what's sick? It's you got all the Avengers and they're still there. You got
the original
Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Black Widow, Hulk. The original Avengers are still there. Hawkeye's probably still there as well. So mad. You know Hawkeye's family disappeared.
That's why he's gonna come back. Maybe.
But again, talk about the end credits scene. They teased Captain Marvel. Why didn't you call Captain Marvel all this time?
In the beginning.
Why didn't you call her in the beginning? You called her now?
See her...
Why didn't you call her when the Chitauri would come in?
Maybe she wasn't around then.
I don't know how he's... I guess, you know what? I'm overthinking it. He might have got that pager thing recently. And that's probably what he's been up to all this time. We haven't seen him since Civil War.
Good way of putting it.
Yeah, so that's he only just received that thing now.
What if
to
she's
call her.
disappeared?
Yeah, she could have disappeared, but
Why
I
is it
guess
censored?
I guess it's hoping she hasn't.
Oh gosh, might as well.
And then this is another thing, Captain Marvel. Ugh. It feels like she's gonna be the hero that comes and really helps the Avengers against Thanos, and I feel like that should have been Adam Warlock's role, and it just kind of kills it for me.
Doctor
Like,
Strange is still there, right?
yeah, Doctor Strange
Yeah.
still. Yeah, Doctor Strange just disappeared, didn't he?
Interesting. He wasn't in the original.
Yeah, he wasn't in the original, but they need Doctor Strange, right? They need that guy. He can't disappear for shit.
I liked in your story why. I mean, obviously, I felt like when he did that clicking thing, he has no control over who disappears and who doesn't, which is weird. How come he didn't disappear? Maybe because he's not from their universe. But anyway, sorry, just going for my own thing. Basically, what I want to get at is in your story, you sort of made it a bit easier for why the Avengers need to stay around.
He said,
like,
I want to fight them again or something.
Yeah, like he says, I need them at their full power
Power.
or something like this, which makes sense for the storyline of death anyway.
Yeah.
His concept now wouldn't really fit in with that.
Oh, no,
really.
No. Because in my little fan fiction, he wants to impress Death, just like the original comic. And he wants to impress her by killing the Avengers with his bare hands, rather than just clicking them away. But in the real story, he just wants to do the balance thing, doesn't he? So it's kind of weird how all the Avengers managed to stay alive, but not all the main ones anyway. Not that weird, since a lot of the heroes died still. So a lot of the Guardians died. So a lot of the Guardians disappeared. Did Peter Quill disappear? He did. Yeah, he did. He's like, oh crap! It's so obvious they're coming back. They're not all gonna stay gone and dead.
Well, no, but it's,
Of course
but that
not.
scene, like for me, after watching the whole film, seeing the epic scene of like when Thor comes with his Stormbreaker and he does
We
that
haven't
crazy.
talked about that, but I don't even want to talk about that because we just know that bit is epic. His eye.
Yeah.
I love his little effect of his eye with his different colours and all that. Sorry, I just had to just get Thor in there because we talked about him. Yeah.
But like when he was coming, like all those epic things, all the crazy stuff, like I kept looking at you and saying, I'm like, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe I'm here. But for me, as soon as I saw him disappear, I was just like, okay, like for me, that stuff just like went away.
I thought it was super cool. Yeah. I thought it was really cool.
And just, I don't know why, but seeing Bucky just disappear like that.
Messed you up.
And then just seeing Black Panther disappear. And the way, obviously, I know it's supposed to sort of pull on the heartstrings, but you realise that these people just like human trying to save Earth. Like, come on, Peter Parker. He's just a kid.
I wonder if
He's like, I don't want to go. Like, he's saying to Tony, I don't want to go, and he's hugging. Oh my days.
It's really good.
I wonder what that must feel like.
This probably feels like pins and needles, but a bit sharper. That's what I imagine.
And now we're going to disappear.
Gosh. But yeah, speaking of Thor quickly, when he came back, I was hoping that somehow the magic power, giving him his new suit and all that, would give him like his hair to grow back. But I think it would just look epic coming back as the classic Thor.
Hair.
Classic Thor, fucking shit up. But then again, why would he come back as classic Thor when he's got Stormbreaker, not Mjolnir?
Yeah.
So if he had Mjolnir, then I guess he should have the long hair. But, but Stormbreaker is good for short hair Thor, so it makes sense. But yeah.
I feel really weird.
Kenny, what are you doing? What are you doing? You can't just laugh at her disappearing. She disappeared for good.
She looks so shit.
Where did she go? Where did she go, Dan? Wait, I can hear her laughing. Where did she go?
Thank God you didn't do it.
Good, you're so hard to act there. Anyway, right, how many Thanos are you going to give it?
How many Thanos' scrotum beard thing?
Scrotum beard, that was jokes. How many Infinity Gauntlets are you going to give it?
How many gems are you going to give it?
How many Infinity Stones are you going to give it?
Oh my gosh. What's the rating?
How many Thanos' stones gauntlets are you going to give it? How many lines?
I've only seen it once, okay? I've seen it once.
Yeah, I've only seen it once.
I need to watch it at least 3 more times. So for me, it's going to be like I'm thinking an 8.5.
I'll give it 8.5 as well.
I was going to say 8.
8, yeah. He was giving one less, a little bit less.
I was thinking
Harsh
8.
score.
Yeah,
8.5.
8.5 for me.
Just for now, because I feel like I've missed some things. Before I can bump it to a 9.
Done a bit of work as well.
Yeah, sometimes CGI looked like they were like getting tired or something. It was like
They were
like running
starting
out
to
of
work
budget.
on those suits, like the Hulkbuster and
Absolutely
suits.
terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rhodey's suit
I
was
don't
like
get it, why they
off.
still can't do that yet.
Yeah, like Rhodey's suit sometimes Tony looks off. Like I don't know why the suits look so off.
When Hulkbuster was in there, it just looked like he was
It
in
looked
the
like
head.
it looked like Aldo Jones made it or something. You know Aldo
Right.
Jones, weird trailer. It
I know
looked
we
like-
can't talk like we can't make these
Yeah, but
things.
it's
It just
supposed to
brings
be
you out of
professional,
the
like-
of the
Yeah,
film.
it
With
takes
the
you
amount
out
of
of
money Marvel are getting, I'm sure there's someone out there that can do some epic.
It can't
editing.
be that hard to put Banner's head inside the Hulkbuster
Without making it look
looking at
like-
like. I thought it was just me that saw. I was trying so hard to just not act like I didn't
weird.
see it.
Maybe the 3D played an effect.
It might have
on
been the
as
3D that ruined
but-
it.
Maybe.
A little bit. It might have been the 3D that ruined it a bit. 3D makes you see things weird sometimes. Or see things for what they really are, maybe.
That end scene where everyone had disappeared, it was when you can see Hulkbuster in the back and Don Cheadle. It just looks so.
Oh, I thought that was like they were doing the focus thing. No, that was different. thing.
No.
The focus pull thing.
Ow.
But yeah.
The
Anyway.
CGI was a bit weak sometimes, but overall still good. Really fun film. Really good film. Like, it's
For
not.
me, it's not an average Marvel film. It's like
Really good
something.
Marvel
It's like a
something
second
different.
Avengers, basically.
Yeah, I need
Well,
to see it
It
again.
was something
Need to see it again,
Fair.
real quick. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's our review. If you liked it, give us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos so you can get notified. And please, like I said, subscribe. We'll see you again. Peace.